Greetings, greetings. How are you? How are you? How's everyone? Mudishani? Greetings. How are you?
Colleagues, many times I don't like making voice notes, but one is forced to participate in a discourse because there's a lot of dishonesty and deception in this country, and we are in this mess, unfortunately, because of our learned colleagues who deliberately refuse to see sense in facts, in logic, and in reality. PF, I agree with you, Father, has no factions. PF has been taken over by the state, by the UPND administration. And our own lawyers can't go that direction and face facts. They will tell you it's Chavinga, it's Chavinga. Knowing very well, Chavinga has no power to go and adulterate state documents. The Registrar of Society is an institution at the Ministry of Home Affairs. The Registrar of Society is answerable to a permanent secretary at the Ministry of Home Affairs. The permanent secretary is answerable to the Minister of Home Affairs at the Ministry of Home Affairs. And the Minister of Home Affairs is answerable to the appointing authority, the Republican President. There is no way somebody can work as registrar and fraudulently change office bearers. For Mao Samba, you can say he did a sham convention. For Chavinga, the state, not Chavinga, the state, these are facts, got the documents from Mao Samba and gave them to Chavinga, the state. And this is the more reason that even the courts cannot timely adjudicate and give finality to this matter. Because it's a very simple matter. Was the case or the convention of Mao Samba legal? As the PF constitution, was it legal? And there is a casualty to that effect. There is a registrar of society who refused to do these changes. And she was removed. And another one was abruptly appointed and effected the changes. This is a state maneuvers, and you expect a lawyer with a fair legal judgment to concentrate on the state, not on the imaginary factions, which are created by the state. This is the challenge we face. Even the way they are supporting Munduwile is in a biased tribal way. It's a Bemba clique. And I'm a Bemba myself, but I don't agree to certain moves that we make where you disadvantage others because of where they come from. And this we condemn in the UPND, and this we will not tolerate even in the PF. You have a clique that wants to run a country, but they will not bring anybody from elsewhere on board. And when you look at them, they are just the same people giving you a structural appearance of some areas in the northern or eastern. So, when you look at matters of the Patriotic Front, it's very painful when you see a learned counsel putting up an argument day in, day out, and he sticks to that. And at some point when you have a case, can you really hire such a lawyer who can objectively dissect the challenges before us? The judiciary is in a mess, and yet those are lawyers who have agreed to be used and abused by the executive for 30 pieces of silver. They have decided to turn the judiciary into an extension of the executive. The judiciary today is damaged beyond recognition. And that's why whoever is campaigning to come and rule this country, one of the statements they must be making publicly is judicial reforms and policy reforms. We need to reset this government or country to a recognizable constitutional democracy. So, Father, I agree with you. We have a challenge, even to those who have seen the inside of a classroom, who have tertiary education, who are supposed to be very firm, and who are supposed to be assisting the general populace, that we are under siege. We have a government that is brutal, that is lawlessness, that is abusive, that is tribal, that cheated itself into power on the platform of change and the restoration of the rule of law, and yet they are now the law and themselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Share. We'll get started in a little bit. I'm just playing that audio because that's the audio is the truth. You know, Zambia as a Christian nation, we are supposed to abide by the values of Christianity, which is honesty and truth. But as a Christian nation, we have accepted Mingalato as a way of life, and we are from now on, from today onwards, my life will be about condemning Mingalato. Yes, kufumalelo paka tukaye mkuvota. Inchito yandi will be crying and asking God to reset Zambia as a Christian nation, so that as a Christian nation, we can uphold Christian values. When we uphold Christian value, which is truth, honesty, sincerity, loyalty, integrity, there will be no room for Mingalato in Zambia. As long as we continue to shy away from talking about Christianity, then we shall accept Mingalato. We shall continue to accept Mingalato as a normal way of doing business. Power tap, pa TikTok wapo. Let's get to 2,000 likes and we'll get started. I need to share before I get started because this is a very important, guys. We cannot be a nation who is a Christian nation but have abandoned Christian values, and we are busy clapping for a government of Mingalato. Now these Mingalato have come from the UPND. We even have Mingalato proudly being practiced in PF. There is a faction of PF which is also signing on and running on this narrative of Mingalato. Now Mingalato is dribbling. Mingalato is used in a game like soccer. That is just a game, it's for entertainment. We cannot use Mingalato as a mode of operation in a government, because government matters is not a game. Governing the country is not a game. Governing the country is a matter of life and death. People are dying. So we, all well-meaning Zambians, must condemn this Mingalato, because Mingalato belongs on a football field. Mingalato belongs on a game. Mingalato does not belong in a government where you are governing people and the people's lives are at stake. Yes, we have to condemn this. We have to stand strong. Every well-meaning Zambian must stand with me and condemn Mingalato. All the churches must come together. In fact, we should have a peaceful protest to protest this adoption of Mingalato. We have Cornelius Mwetwa even come on air and saying that we are going to have more, we have Mingalato reloaded as we head to the elections. What kind of madness is this? Where a minister can come on air and start saying that ukukuma election oko tuleya imingalato natukwate Mingalato. Mingalato is used in a game. Governing a country is not Mingalato. Governing a country is a matter of life and death. So me, I'll be here, I will stand on the mountaintop and I will condemn anyone who is saying Mingalato, Zambian Chentu Isuki Amenso. We cannot be clapping for a country that is saying Mingalato. Yeah? Running with their whatever. Running with a slogan or a motto. They have failed. What message do they have to give Zambians? How can we accept a government running with a message of Mingalato, of cheating? How? Mwebena Zambia. Is it normal that a whole country, Zambia is a mature democracy. We have been independent for 61 years. How can we now sit and accept Mingalato as a means of governing the country? Mwebena Zambia, wake up. Ngabali mishindaura, pray and fast. Ambeni kuchita fast paktile samira ngenshila. Amisule na menso yenu bena Zambia. I cry for Zambia. I cry for you Zambians, because especially mweba le supporter government ya Mingalato. Na ine PF faction na ikwate Mingalato mleba tasha. We are lost as a nation. We need to pray and fast. We need God to deliver us. We need to ask for forgiveness for whatever we did. Tien tu lufianya, so tien tu pepe, so that if tu alufianya, lesa kutia tuelela. We need men and women of God to stand and condemn this Mingalato. We cannot be laughing about it. It's an evil thing. It's an evil word. Mingalato does not belong anywhere in government. Mingalato is not a word a well-meaning government can be using, because Mingalato is a game. So, Eliashiyo. But I'm going to share, I haven't shared yet. Share. The problem with Aparo Sangire Muzambia in Enomba is we have accepted Mingalato. And we cannot accept Mingalato because Zambia is a country. It's a 61-year-old democracy. Tatulebuta yo. Tatulebuta. So every well-meaning Zambian should condemn Mingalato. Zambia as a Christian nation, we need to stand on the truth. And the Bible tells us the truth will set us free. As long as we keep chanting in Mingalato, Zambia will never be free. Because we are quiet. We are not standing up for the truth. We are defending lies. We are clapping when a president comes on a platform and starts saying Naliba Dribula. We are clapping. We have to say no to this. This is my message from me. Power tap, Abena Zambia, Abena Harry, power tap, Georgina. People need to hear this message. No one is standing to condemn Mingalato. We have to condemn Mingalato. Mone no fiatu fisha. Eh? Mone, look how far this Mingalato is taking us. Look at what is happening in PF because of Mingalato. We have our respectable men whom people voted for to go to parliament. They have abandoned their mission, but Mingalato, taking bags of money, and public even coming to the media and saying, "I have a family to feed." Who does that, Mwebantu? What country in the world? Sonteleni chalo munomuch in the whole universe. Is 100 and I don't know how many countries are in the world. Where in this world can you have members of parliament stand there proudly and say, "Naripoke mpia nadia, I have a family to feed." Only in Zambia. Now ask yourself, why is this happening in Zambia only? Where a MP can stand there and say, "Hey, I was bribed because I have a family to feed." Is it not Zambia ilimukabotolo? Zambia is on a spell. There is a spell on Zambia. And then even when that MP come to say, "Hey, I took money, I took a bribe to vote for this bill 7, the MP goes kulia kwenye constituency bale mupokerera. Mwashine shafia mebati Zambia is on a spell. Inga mula tuishi kati Zambia yaba mu spell mule shininkisha. Mumo nefide chitikandi, we need to break these spells before August 12. Zambia is on a spell mwebantu tufire twafi putaula. If it must spell for the Zambia, we have to cut them loose. Otherwise, na 2020 election ya mu August tapaloko tuleya. If we are not going to stand and condemn and cut all these spells that are happening mwebena Zambia, tulabeko na 20 na election ya mu August. We need to stand. You need to stand with me and condemn these spells, break the chains. We need to break the chains. There is no way. It's not normal mwebantu ifirechika mu Zambia. Te normal. Somebody techa ya poke mpia ya bill 7. Atino kuti na lipoke mpia kabili I have to feed my family. Mule lumba. Is it normal? I'm from there na ku constituency kwa kuja kuine. Abantu bamupokela. Is it normal? People are under a spell mwebantu bakwadesa. Zambia is under a spell. And we need to save it. Not in the air and never smooth, but Zambia shall be saved. No. Zambia needs to be saved, not shall. Hello Zambia, Papa Nopo Yaraba saved you with the truth. We have to armor ourselves with the truth. We have to armor ourselves with loyalty and integrity and with the Bible. Bena Zambia, Bible, the truth will set us free. If you prefer Bena Zambia, Zambia is under a spell. Zambia is a Christian nation. Sha is upon a Bible, panorero. But lelo na isa na Bible because there is a God on the throne and God has put this message on my heart. Abena Zambia, you are under a spell. There is no way these evil things can be happening. Mule tota. Te nomo pantu, te nomo. Imingala toshiambi yokula chitika muyamwine munganda ya mafunde. Mule tota. The president is there, I dribbled you. Mule tota. The Minister of Information, election, Leisa, we have more imingalato for you, Bena Zambia, Mule Tota. Just know that you are under a spell. We need Jesus. We need Jesus to save Zambia. So that Abena Zambia means so yesuke. Abena Zambia isulenya means so Jesus alefwa kwa mumit. Use your spiritual eyes, Bena Zambia. Use your spiritual eyes. This is not normal. What's happening in Zambia? Te normal. Use your spiritual eyes, Bena Zambia. Use your spiritual eyes. I'm emotional today. I even want to cry. Because there is no country in the world where all these evil things are happening and people are clapping. You are under a spell, Bena Zambia. Wake up. If you are not under a spell, why abantu bale sakfialo fimbi? Presidents who come to visit, they are telling you. The Ghanaian president, what did he say to you? He came in your parliament to tell you of strengthen institutions. Dangote, what did he come? Dangote Alandiresh, you cannot develop a country without power. But mula tota imwe Zambia, you only have 2 hours of power a day. Mule tota, work hard. Then Zambia mula tota. When you were being load shedded for 2 hours, mule tota, at work hard. Wushe ni no more. Ni no more from a country that had power 24/7 to only having power for 2 hours a day. And people are saying you just work hard, don't complain. Bena Zambia, we are under a spell. We are under a spell. The same spell to Adimo for 2021, but to Alifumamu. Number your spell ile the number. The spell that made us to campaign for UPND. Even if we were warned to say, by UPND, stay away from them. But for 5 years, Zambians have been suffering. Zambians have been suffering for 5 years. But as the Zambians are suffering, the problems that have been brought by UPND on the Zambian people, some people are clapping. Fertilizer, variakana muma meda. People lost businesses because of load shedding. What happened to Kasama is just sad. I was listening to another blog on TikTok where people are saying UPND is not in Kasama. So how the hell did UPND win the Kasama election? By UPND ngatababa ku Kasama. It's a bedroom yaba PF. Let me share. We are under a spell. If abantu kuti bafuma kulia, ama PF members, they are the one who sold that election. Eva shitishe election idia. Because kuka sama takwa baba UPND. So how can by UPND win in Kasama? We need to pray because she tukwete mu opposition na shitemwe shempia na shena shirimo spell shishi nempia nga washipoka bambi ni blood money. It's like washitisho mwe obe ukalashita fye tukwabula nokwishwe fye ulechita. You turn against your own family. Wayaluka Trojan horse. We shall say it. We shall say the truth because the truth will set us free. Yes. Ishinka chena twala landa. The truth yena, we shall say the truth. But the Chishinka, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. The truth is, Bena Zambia, you need to wake up. Bena Zambia, we are a Christian nation. We cannot be cheering in Mingalato. The first step Zambia needs to do is to say no to Mingalato. All the churches need to come and write a statement to say, we say no to Mingalato. Because Mingalato is a window, you know. Even today, it should be banned. Fidakwa America bali banning a way that nigga. Because once you say it is a window, once we say we embrace it. That word should be banned and never used in politics. Because politics is not a game. Politics is a matter of life and death. People are dying as they are playing in Mingalato. They are gambling with the people's lives. Imingalato is like gambling, yam casino. But a casino is just a game. You go in a casino, you gamble your life away, you come home. It's over. But if you do Mingalato casino, sometimes it can cost you. You can even, some people have gambled their properties, family houses, because of Mingalato in a casino. Mingalato does not belong in any government affair. And that word should be scraped from Zambian politics. Me, this is what I'll be preaching every day. Because people think this Mingalato has made us to accept politics as a game. It is not a game. People are dying as people are playing Mingalato so they can stay in power. Paka 2090. Who are you to start telling Zambians you'll be in power Paka 2090? Are you God? And then you are saying Paka 2090, mule chusha abantu. Abena Zambia bale bali chule fota ba chulapo. Elo mule isa pano mule landa Paka 2090. Kwati na kalimu abena Zambia na mubawa misha life yabo. Paka 2090 ne Mingalato. We say no to that. I say ine pano ayas pumulos tumbeko. In the name of Jesus, God is my witness. I'm here to say we say no to Mingalato in the nation of Zambia. I'm here to say any politician who is associated with Mingalato should be voted out and never see the corridors of power again. Because they are taking Zambian lives for a joke. They think a life is a joke. Ubumi wama Zambia zinabwaluka joke. Fia kwa ngasha. Imwema bena Cornelius mweto. We are bringing more Mingalato. Ukuturea kumai. No. Bena Zambia, stand with me. Stand with me and condemn Mingalato. Mingalato does not belong in a governance of a country. It is a crooked and wicked. It's cheating. You can't accept cheating as a mode of operation in a government. You can't. They cheated us to come to power. We shall do this, we shall do this, we shall do this. Quiz. Now, at least the lecture campaign mu 2021 bali nakilire. No mbapa. Bale yumfa no ku yumfa bali mena na mapipindo. And they know, UPND knows. Let me share before I continue. Lelondi na bena lero. We are tired. As a mode of operation in a government. We need to speak the truth and the truth will set us free. Let me just share, guys, because I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be here to let you mean some words. To let mumbali, to let bashokera mumbali. No, vale onaole chalo to let bashokera mumbali. No. Tatua ikalefi mu Zambia. Tatua ikalefi. Zambia is a Christian nation. You know, Zambia is a Christian nation. We have had enough of Imingalato. We have had enough of Imingalato. And you will not use Imingalato to stay in power. But UPND better come correct. And whoever wants to rule Zambia better come correct. We will not allow you to get to power through Imingalato. We say no to that. And I want all well-meaning Zambians to stand with me and say no to Mingalato. We need honest and credible people. We need loyal people. We need the truth. We need law and order. We need reinforcement and separation of power. This is the promise we need for the one who's coming to take over power. Even the way you are coming to take over power, it should be truthful, it should be honest. We are not supporting people who are using Mingalato to get access to our to rule the country. How are you going to rule the country? Mu government in Mingalato. Bena Zambia, we are a Christian nation. We have men who are lawyers who have studied the law, and we see them in church every day preaching. You are hypocrites. We don't have much church, okay? She for a politician. Ukumwana politician. I don't want to see a politician in church ade amkupepefi abufi mwema hypocrite imwe. You are busy in church ukula paper, but you are doing opposite of what the Christian values say. You think Zambians are fools? Tulifipuba kuri imwe mwema politician so ama Zambian fipuba kuri imwe. Leronshile fano fireman, and let me tell you off. Kambebe repo. And I'm going to cut these videos and circulate them. The whole Zambia, mwema tubakwale. So we need to call these people out. They are using church. Bayamkubela mama church no amasuti na majaketi. Wale imba hallelujah Jesus whatever. In the churches they are full every Sunday. These politicians they are full every Sunday in the churches. But they operate by Mingalato. You are hypocrites. Mule batamfya na muma chechi ngabaisa. Mwa batamfya kufyalo fimbi. They can't tolerate a hypocritical Christian in church. They'll kick him out. Fish if you let them church every day. What the hell are you doing in church? Every day you are lying. Your mode of operation is in Mingalato. But when you church every day, Na mwimini na mufala na masuti. Ine ntambafe na chkwena. God help me. God help me and God help Zambia. We are not doing this. We are not. We are going to call you out. We are not. Just stop even nokuya kuma church. Muneke nokuya kuma church. You know? Stop going to church. Stop. Politicians. We are not doing this. In a panorelo, my mission is to call you out. Politicians, we've had enough of your lies and your pretense. We have had enough of it, you politicians. And then you go to church, where the poor Zambians go to church to find hope and just kuya mukudira kulidesa. Ogo mwaya imina na bena, notuma suti, notuma jacket, mwema politicians, every day going to church, quoting scriptures. But you are the champions of lies. You are champions of Mingalato. Stop it. I'm telling you off today. Me, I'll be telling you off today until Inan Kane Kafiki. Ero na kuisula menso abena Zambia isukeni ya menso abama politician ma hypocrite wale milila masukupa mutwe bemina na imamuma chechi lionse pasande bale pepa, but their mode of operation is cheating. Their mode of operation is imingalato, and they even justify it. And muleba lumba mulet no kutipaka 2090. You are a fool if you are such a person, and you better stop that nonsense. Because the problem now comes to you. Mwema totefia bupuba. Bale mi bepa, bale mi pupa ikamleba lumbanya. Ichipuba ni webo. Ichipuba ni webo. We are not going to sit here and watch you Zambians be fooled. We are going to expose you politicians who are fooling Zambians every day. Nani mona. Every day, you know, it irritates me so much. Every Sunday, bali mucheche ma politicians. Nama Bible. Some of them are lawyers. You stop this hypocrisy. Stop using Zambians for your ambitions to protect yourself from the crimes you committed on your own. Mwambi mwari pange milandu esho mwapangire mwarire mweke mpia nomba tuchuriremo because you are popular walikwate milandu ero bali kupere ntambo. There is a rope on your throat. There is a rope on your throat pamlandu esho wapanga. Number, you want to mislead, we want to lead the Zambians into a ditch. You went there to save yourself. All of you politicians, and now because now they are using your popularity to make you do Mingalato. I'm here to tell you that Isho Mingalato, Ndemyevafye, Shenumweka. No one will support Mingalato from today onwards. Our duty is to expose these people, to say, these people, they are agents of Mingalato. People don't know that these people, they have sold their soul to the devil for 30 pieces of silver. Men who are educated, men who were elected to go to parliament and save Zambia, they have sold their souls to the devil. And they want to lead Zambia in the ditch. We know their game they are playing. We know the game they are trying to play. We know the game they are trying to play. And the game they are trying to play is by UPND Nabe Shibati Tabaka Kwate 50+1. so nomba kulipira ba opposition kupatulula ama vote kulya they vale for abasende ama vote from opposition so that ba UPND bakakwate 50+1. They are trying to form a coalition government. That's why all this madness is there. UPND, they know they cannot get 50+1. And they don't want a rerun election. Because if there is no party who will get 50+1, it will mean they will have to rerun the election within Kachingan in 90 days. You know? So number, kubonfye mingala tokwisa muni mukupatulula ama opposition party. Na mwishiba imamwe mo bale bonfye kupatulula efipani go and settle your scores ingamina ndwesho mwapanga you are not special go to court and pay your price and you will be free. Go redeem yourself. You are not going to use Zambian people to redeem yourself for your criminal activity. We say no to that. A problem with yapa. The problem is people have committed crimes and now the chickens have come to roost. This is the problem we are having in Zambia. People, they have cases hanging over their heads. Instead of them going to jail like somebody else, they have made mingalato deals to redeem their salvation, to avoid going to jail. So manaba mujere fipu ba. Imwemebale pangama deal so that you avoid going to jail. Manaba di mujere fipu ba. Zambians isukeni amenzo. Open your eyes, Zambians. You are being used. But they are buying their freedom by fooling you to take you kudia. Take your votes kudia so that you are UPND. Bake se pita. Eche bale chita. Bale mi wonfia imamwewe na Zambia to redeem themselves. To buy their freedom. By fooling you because they have a large following. Because you love them. Oh, they are a good person. Oh, you have a background or to the conquer. Mukonkeni, but you know what? Alemi wonfia imwe to redeem himself. Ingatabako atemilandu. Why can't they follow the right channel to get to power? Why? Why are they desperate to say mfirefe na abafia inewine? Mfirefe na abafia inewine. Why? It's because nama kwa temilandu ilo pali ama condition yoba bebeli okwebati ufile wa patu de chipani amantu kalete kulini. Half of PF ikaya kulibena. Efile chitikapa. Because if that's not the case, why tetbalole lefe batafie fintu normally legally? Why can't they do things legally in a normal process? Why can't things done in a normal process? Why? Things can be done in a normal process because they cannot do things in a normal process because if they do things in a normal process, there is a possibility that they will not be the one who will be picked to be the candidate. Yes, so every day. Zambia isukeni amenso. It is simple. Ask yourself this question. Why you could be why tetalole let you think to bachta in a legal way? Why can't things be done in a legal way? Why can't things be done in a legal way? Eh? Alliance Bapanga is a tribal clique. I played the video earlier where somebody was saying, Ukoko inokobaya ni tribal clique. Vale for patu de chalo pakat. Taba pusen na bahaka in the fibachitam government chao. Bahaka in this government is tribal, we all know it. We have complained. We have said bahaka in the government is a tribal and the regional government. We have all said bahaka in the kakakwa, wale kaka, it's a tribal thing. It's mostly tribal, and then if you are in their way for the agenda wala kukaka, like they had to take in Nakachinda because Nakachinda, what they have done, if Nakachinda was out, it would have been difficult. So Nakachinda had to go in. But all of the people who are in the cells is political persecution. UPND government is a tribal regional government. Now this new government, this new Tonga Alliance faction is another clique. It's like a replica of UPND, but the opposite. So what are they doing? It's a Bemba clique. They are trying to split the country in the middle. Mule lumba mule tota. Okay, Zambians, wake up. You cannot support somebody where we want to remove UPND because they are tribal and whatnot, and then you have this clique doing the same thing that we are condemning. They have a Bemba tribal clique, Yuko. Look at the cabinet over here point. Is that a cabinet of preaching unity, one Zambia, one nation? Cabinet here where this breakaway faction. That cabinet is discriminating. It is discriminating Zambians against, they are discriminating against Zambians. It's a Bemba clique. So why should we have a Bemba clique? And then we have a Tonga clique. Why should we allow a Tonga clique or a Bemba clique to take over power in August? You tell me then, Zambia. Nishtwala fisumi ni shisha. Because we have refused that. We have said no to the Tonga clique. Now, another Bemba clique has been formed, Yuko. So, if as you have in Zambia, tribe is Zambian, me as a Zambian woman, how am I going to campaign for a Bemba tribal clique? Why? Mui pushe. Tuarika Napanomi have been here 4 or 5 years talking against this Tonga clique. Yeah? The Tonga clique have been condemning it for 4 or 5 years. Kwaisa PF faction yo ni Bemba clique. So imwe aba ichefi abalumendo bakwata na mano nama 5 senses vale support a Bemba clique. Mulefo kupatule chalo pakati olo finishe fyo mulefo. What do you want? Not on my watch. Not on my watch. We are not going to let a Bemba clique or a Tonga clique split this country. We are not. If this Bemba clique meant well, if this Bemba clique meant to unify Zambia, we could have seen it in the appointments, in the cabinets. We could have seen it. And it's not okay. It's not okay that we have a Tonga clique and then you say, Euripa ground to the fire, I am Kuchita organized Bemba clique Kuria. What kind of nonsense is this? Tukalalanda. We'll be talking. And we'll be educating people. Me, if anything, I will be like, don't support that breakaway faction because they're a Bemba clique. It's a Bemba clique. It's a regional clique. The same way Mulanda Pali by HH. At by HH walikuwa regional clique kuria. Zambezi clique. Why should you go and form your own clique, Yuko? Mulefo kukuona ule chalo imo. Mulefo Zambia ipatuke pakati. We are not. We are going to speak the truth and the truth will set us free. If these people, they are not a regional clique like the Tonga clique, look at their cabinets, their appointments. Look at them. So when Zambia, as I close, don't be used. Bemi won't fear to redeem themselves. Umundu nga alikwata criminal. Nga alikwata ma crimes. Bale landa fiati ntwaleni kukoti waka yempingula. They should not try to use Zambians to cleanse their sins. No. Don't use Zambians to cleanse your criminal cases. Go to court like anybody else. If anybody else can go to court, if Munia Zulu can even be still arrested for a case, he has served his time, they're still keeping him there. And you can sit there and lie to Zambians, knowing that you have a court case, and you are lying to Zambians so that you can use Zambians to redeem your sins. Sarap Kenwe na Zambia. Angel G, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam President. Is it good afternoon that side? Oh, good morning.
Good morning. It's almost afternoon, yeah.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so I was following, Madam, your submission and all that. And for me, yesterday I was following some discussion on TikTok. And one person said that the reason why they like you is you don't insult. And I was like, oh, thank God that there's somebody who follows Kunpumi who knows that she does not insult, but does what? Does politics of maturity, politics of what? Holding people accountable. However, some people have actually misinterpreted that, and they've said the people who insult when they are the ones who actually insult, which is very unfortunate. But kudos to the person who noticed to say you are a person who does politics with a lot of integrity. And last time I was mentioning to say I've stuck with you for so many years because I've seen that you are a very consistent person, you are a very professional person, you are always political correct when it comes to looking at issues. And Zambians should know to say, this woman here tried to hold people accountable. And politics of insults, politics of cadarism is not in your area of operation. And that's why we've seen that those who do political cadarism, those who do, they are failing to fit into the way you do politics. They fail because theirs is cadarism and insults. And they come on your platform. Where do they go? We've remained, and we remain with people who are very consistent, people who are very professional, people who are very correct, politically correct. I'm glad I associate myself with a person like you. Kudos to you, madam. I give you flowers. I don't want to give you flowers when you are dead. God forbid. You still have time to live. Yeah. Now, coming to the issue of what you're discussing, the imingalato mwe bantu bakwalesa. Yesterday, somebody, I think it was again on the platform, when I heard somebody says, what does imingalato means? Imingalato just simply, Mazambians, chidela kweba ati, abantu balechite imingalato, they want to get into power. President, so that balebe pofufi. Balebe pofufi, baisa kulimwe bambe pofufi, baisa kulimwe balebe pofufi. How are they? Because if into film be finished kakunu mongo tamufishi melindi. But baisa kulimwe bamilanga kwatika mu bantu bene. But te bantu bene. Safi balesta chamingalato. Yesterday, I learned a lesson. I learned a lot yesterday, Madam Paddy, the platform, where somebody said, I'm going to speak to the issue of Tasila Lungu. Any one of you, in your normal senses, Tasila Lungu has a party which she belongs to, which is a PF party, which the father actually, PF, trying to retrieve the church by Nyunguta Shanjani, Bafu about she. Then, Kudaku PF Kudoko Babas, Bamushi, Baushi, Kuchpanichia, check more alliance. Ababa Mingalato, Baisa, Bafunya Banankani, Ba PF, Atababa PF Kwabafunya. Kwabafunya Ba PF Baya. Then Mwashana Nabanan, Mwashana Naba FGD, Mwashana Nabanan. But my son that if I go over PF, in your only Ubongo, my son that in for PF. And then my son Omana, Kuchpanoko Mamudanja, at a way Gro choir, Ese Kuno, Ukomava, as it, PF. So, then we have abantu support to come to let this team to know. This team to raise from Ingalato. You cannot appoint a person who is standing the other side where she belongs, no PF, which the father left, appointed by the father. Oh, Luinda, PF. He is given Luinda, he is the president of the PF acting. Because they've not gone to the convention, they've not done this. And then my son and the Tawe, from Salakono. That is confusion that you are bringing. And when people bring out those issues, don't start saying, we are saying, do the right thing. We don't have a problem in you doing the right thing. And yesterday, I also we had lies to say this, don't say alliance, which is this side with Mingalato, is the one trying to defend the PF structures. Lies. How can you go and remove PF my funyako, put my funyako? Then my son and I go at if I go to hold their structures. This is the story I had. And I said, women as Zambian, they let me be poor fee. I let me be poor fee. If we go to the folk sunga, if you penny. No, we folk sunga, if you penny. I'm not that to a Missiniamo, don't say, to a Shalana, Dunamis. Today it at Dunamis Alliance or Bill 7 Alliance. Don't say. That was about PF. But my son, that's how you follow our PF. Wait, and on before Tamlayok, the bad in the time, she could have mistakes. But when women run at that way, women because now you go mistakes, you are back to Yako. So in the madam, there's total confusion. If you have a business of localized, she will go back to Lava and don't say, yeah, if you want to look about it, you are too much in a hurry. Or the folk taken ya. And usually, Balandati, with so much speed, you crash. But most of that, you crash because you are not following proper rules and procedures. And therefore, today, if you can't respect the rules and procedures of your home, in this case, PF Constitution, if you can't respect it, kualasa tu wike ko shine pa ya ko president okotwala muna tukasunga Constitution ya chalo. Nishnebenga to shine shaba ko sha Constitution sha Bill 7. You are part of it. Na shina ko le yoko. Na kwena you will not protect the Constitution. It means bali ngalato. And for Tonga Zambia to go back to change it. Kapua nyemo ko back to change it. Muirabe po bufi. Tule nyemo ko back. Imuchi nena muchishinka. Don't say alliance. Yo twa ishaba lungo yo bapanga. Ya bana balubinda. And the PF oyo batanze kudia. Ya bana balubinda. And therefore I must ya PF ya filo ku bana balubinda. Be isaba minyonge ba mishinge bata. Be mishinga bata. Women Zambians stand for the truth. And the PF that I know and I believe in to stand with Balubinda right now. Yes. Ide muneka kwata pade kutuleya but now should not be show kutuleya but abale mukoti na be show ku baleya bale keni baleya baliya for women Zambia mfilo mwashiba mingala totulela ndapo eshi le kenu kulabe pone mingala to tatush tumine ku mingala to tuna futu ku mingala to iyo tuakana namba yelo mamanda mwanisa mfako a lot of things were said by the mairo pa TikTok mairo bonali natsa mfako abantu badela ndatawe onene for chili lelo an example akembi zulu ngai mafia tuyo kuchipata kumwako bamkonka bakapokola lelo to achubula futu kwa jele kukasama bakapokola bacha babambi mayendele Women Zambia, you can't if Palakasa, so no banishi. We also let him conquer sana chishi. And she wants to kuja, kudu, because Valemutina ukia, Makabi Valemutina, Ababambia, Tabaquatide. ichakwe bati babatineko iyo because bali nabo efa mwifire mwaishiba efa tulera ndabwebina Zambia efa mwifire mwaishiba ukwebati emzulu ekudi ani so bali mutinyina because ababambi it's okay kuti baenda free but yena ngaisa apanga fika step ati iyo nafuma moto kana yapa nishina bafika bakapokola
so bambinishi bale so kuti twalanda chibale bambinishi bale bombana bena
exactly bale bombana bena so that we won't ula mapangi bakwetela bena bali amapangi
ni plan B yaba UPND onse omuntu otabale konka kuri bakapokola we can assume is a plan B for UPND. Go ahead mama.
If you madam if on the for Amazambia if today never emingala to today moneshi emingala today that iyo that wabombeneshi mingala to if today kana nkwate ukupembela ukweba tibala tweba balubinda bala tweba kweba tiyo by end of shine uku end of this month spare direction to pembela bala pembela ukufidesha kuya fast mwala crasha bepa and I've seen a lot of people being frustrated. Yes, I think it telephone ababene yo fidesha chitire mausa ba nefia chitabambi chimo chine tepali upusano umbi umuntu ashiranda chawe upusano po budi mausa mbaire church panikuyo PNG abata bashitishe chipanikuyo ngati yo na babene bali nabo amwishi befo kweba bali nabo Robeni bali shitishe chipani ku UPND. Filapene mwachirando kwa bati iyo we muntu na ukwate fintu finko bongobo. Ifinko bongobo fulu. Instead yako ishite finko bongobo fufula weka. Ulefa ufudi abene Zambia bako Afrika kufula finto. Iyo we mwine weke finko bongobo waikobeka. Wibika mwabena Zambia. But umula kwa bati abena Zambia. Taba simona tabale tsana understand tabale chono ku shwe frichtika bale konka fi mungulu uyo mungulu muleko nka otulebe bati muyi mwo mungulu kukonka aba ifi ababantu aba mingala to otulebe mikanya kumwe na Zambia muyi konka imingala to shibantu bale chaya wa mitata konkeni fintu ifituntulu. It may take a bit of shanshan already, and you know where the other thing, madam. By saleta don't say ya kufunga yefindu. You know why? But is it busy? But it's time abuse to change this, to change that. And the opposition, we are busy focusing on distracting the entire nation who are saying, let's follow, let's pay attention. Kumingala tobalambo kuchaya, this is it. Because now, those alliances have to be registered. Na leta ba finish epo. Ba isa kanga tifiabufi, but no fiasangwati. Ila leta tiachinga. So, mino ba leta ko yumuntu kusola tibambo kula michita kula patio tampenko so that bambo kula michita distract instead of us focusing on issues that will affect us for the 13th August 2026 elections. To us the focus kufindishina important. So abena Zambia na futi na milomba. Especially you opposition leaders who seem not to care about anything, but all you care about is be on the ballot paper. How will it benefit the whole soul? But I understand in the Bible, what does the Bible say? The Bible says, what will it benefit a man to earn whatever, meanwhile you lose whatever in the Bible. But you understand what I'm talking about. So you spend the whole time trying to go to be on the ballot paper. Now ballot paper, it will not benefit you. What's the whole point? The whole point is to bring confusion to this so that even you are comfortable. If you people are comfortable, the Zambians have been suffering, objected to 3 days of no power, 100 bag of minimum, a lot of things. We've heard of, yes, there's free education, there's this and that. We've heard all those things. But in Gamwamona, everything now, to be in place because we are going towards the election. And no. It's not because of the election. It's just because we are doing things have just become fallen in place. So don't say 4 years. The things that you have put in place today, the policies, the program, the strategies that are working to make us live a good life today, where were they all these 4 years? Where were they? Where were you? You want to come and weak the Zambians because you know to say Zambians very poor. No, if you so don't be part of the group of Imingalato people trying to do Imingalato. Let's pay attention to the issues that will make sure UPND we were with them for 20 years in opposition, for 5 years to say to 10 rule, and they themselves, instead of being the best government, they came and mismanaged everything. And this is what we are saying, no. And we've learned a hard way. We need whereby we are going to look at each and every aspiring candidates and tell them, no, this one, no. No. And therefore, we want people who have got integrity. People who protect the Zambians, people who respect the constitution. These are the people that we are going to go for. And one of the people who fall within this is Makembe Zulu. I'm not ashamed to say Makembe Zulu because that's what I believe in. And I'll make sure I fight to say Makembe Zulu should be on the ballot paper. And don't bring confusion to us to say this. And that's my opinion. Respect my opinion. Respect my right of association with Makembe Zulu to say I'll support Makembe Zulu because I know he falls into the categories I have said: a man of integrity, a man of moral upright, a man of loyalty, a man of everything. And this is a man I'm going to support. Yes, people are busy saying he's inexperienced. Which inexperience? He's been an MP before. He's been a minister of a province before. So what are you telling me is an experience? Which inexperience? Which experience were you talking about? But if so, let's go back to the HH. HH was not even a PF or a councillor or anything, a minister or whatever. But we chose him as a minister. So what would remove Makembe from being given that? Umuntu abapona already an MP, umuntu abapona even a minister of a province, meaning he has worked in the civil service. So if you're from Mulela, the formula to ever, yes, is young. Which young? How old is the man in Burkina Faso? How old is he? How old was Obama when he was the president of America? So don't tell us things which will confuse Zambians to make them say, no, Makembe this. No, he is experienced and he's good to be a president of Zambia. Simple. I submit, Madam President.
Thank you. Powerful. Welcome by Josephs. Welcome, people. The topic today is, are we going to save Zambia with Mingalato or with the truth and honesty? And if you are just joining, I started the broadcast, and today I am here with the Bible to say Zambia is a Christian nation. We cannot go into this 2026, August, sorry, not 2026. Tetuingire mu election inobufi. We have to purge out all these hypocrites. Politicians abatantama mu Sunday mu church every day bale paper, but nga bafumafye mu church efyo bale chita is nowhere near Christianity. This is what we have to hold these people accountable. Lekeni okubepa abantu. Ero lekeni tukanyo imingalato mu politics tuifunyemo. Zambia problem tuapanga bena Zambia, we have accepted imingalato as a mode of governance. That's why tulesu mina fiance ba Cornelius mwetoktiva isa no kuisalanda timinga to shala chiramo. Ba president uchiba ya pa podium no kulanda tai dribbled them. Zambian lives are not a game. People are dying as they are dribbling people. And we have politicians abale dribula ba dribula PF baya kolonga noko to form a tribe of Bemba clique. How are they different from the Zambezi clique? We want a opposition who will unite Zambia. We don't want a Bemba clique versus a Zambezi clique to come and split the country in two, or in don't know how many. Yeah? Zambia, we need mature leaders who will think beyond their egos, who will look the other cheek. This thing of revenge and nepotism has to end on August 12th. We need a leadership that is going to reset Zambia and focus on delivering Zambia from poverty. We don't want a government that will focus on delivering Zambia from focus on splitting the country. This new faction which has been formed is a Bemba clique. They have no intention to unite the country. Now, whenever government, is a Zambezi clique. And we have to condemn this. And we have to condemn Mingala na Papata. We are a Christian nation. I have a caller. Hello, caller. Katusha Valen to mina phone.
Madam President.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mama Chichi, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Thank you. Yeah, well spoken, well spoken. You know, one of the things that we need to pay particular attention to as Zambians, first of all, is we just don't want to remove, we just don't want a leader, or our sole goal is not to just remove this government, all right, and replace it with anybody. No, we want a leader because right now Zambia is this, is really disintegrated, if you may like. There is absolutely nothing that we can point at that is working smoothly. The disunity, the tribalism, nepotism, the cadreism, corruption, talk about the failure of the system, our judiciary, the failure to separate the organs of government. All these are things that require a leader, all right? Number one, who is straightforward, their character, all right? Their strength. They should be level-headed as a leader. We want a leader that is going to unify a country, who will not look at where people are coming from, because these are the challenges that we are facing as a nation. And when you look, you scan around all these people that are vying, to stand as presidents. Personally, I see one that stands out, and I'll not be shy to mention that particular person. Makepi Zulu stands out to be that person that indeed can unify. There are others, of course, that can play a supporting role that I feel. But one other thing, every time God was to do or make or change leadership in a specific geographical area or nation at a given time, let's say in the case of Israel, whenever they were facing specific challenges, a specific leader with a clear goal was actually set apart. For example, when you talk about Egypt, when Egypt was facing a challenge of hunger in a time to come, they had to find a Joseph that was going to help them secure their food basket in the years to come. And Joseph had a specific mandate, and that mandate he executed it well. Why? Because of the kind of a person that he was. What am I talking about here? Zambians, when we are looking at leaders, let's not just be excited because people are shouting loudest. Let us not be excited because people have made the first move. Let's not be excited because, I know we are anxious. I know we are desperate. We want a leader, But in these moments, this is where you need to be very careful. God, in most cases, works in quiet ways. God works in ways that may not be pronounced so much. against Goliath. But there is something that distinguished David from everyone else. That was the anointing that was upon David. Though young, but God had chosen him. And what did he do? He sent him to go and tend after animals. And he fought lions. He fought bears in the bush. What am I talking about? There are ways that these things speak to us and are still happening in our time. God does not change. Who is Makebi Zulu? Who is Makebi Zulu? I know every time this name is mentioned, some people become uncomfortable. Why are they uncomfortable? It's because of the kind of a person that this person is. When a leader is anointed, you can tell from, the way this person carries themselves and the kind of influence that they carry mostly on the ordinary people. What we have, that man to have stood with the family, by the way, Madam President, permit me just to mention what has happened to Darisolungu as I continue. What has happened in Zambia? Zambians, we need to wake up our people. We should be a people that should be proud of people that are doing well in our country. For the country to develop, for the country to be called a developed country, it's how the citizenry are doing. I have seen and I've read through most of the Facebook pages how people are celebrating and they are ridiculing, the Lungu family over that simple house that the government has grabbed. That is not for feature, that is grabbing. And for me, it tells me now, why it doesn't really make sense when you hear this government saying, we want to come and give him a dignified burial. How? Just how can that happen? You are busy grabbing the property of the late. You are busy persecuting his children, getting everything from them. You've gotten a seat from his daughter. You've gotten property from his son. Then what is there really that you talk about that they should be dignified burial for the late former president? It's so shameful. I think the best thing that this government can do is they need to pull out and allow the Lungu family to bury ECL. This is wrong. This is wrong. So my people, I'm appealing to all of us. Let's be careful when we are picking leaders. These things, we've experienced them before. It's not because we are not happy with this government that we should just put anyone. No. We need to put a leader that will stand the test of time, a leader that will respond to the challenges that we are having, a leader that will listen to us, a leader that is going to be firm and make sure that he upholds the rule of law. Now, if you have people that are not considering the law per se, what makes you believe that they are going to regard the law when they are given power? Because a person, if you want to test somebody, give them power. Give them power. It is power that makes people and brings out the real person that they are. So, for me, out of all these leaders, we have great leaders actually in Zambia, coming from the opposition and everything. My appeal is, let us support someone that is really going to make us move. Check your conscience. Look at yourself. Look at the challenges of Zambia. Do you really have the capacity to deal with them? If not, humble yourself. We call for that unity, and the unity should be the unity of purpose. Tell yourself. A leader can actually be seen from a distance. You can tell, say, this is indeed a leader. When Chiluba appeared on the scene, everyone was like, wow, this is the man. And today we are so blinded by hatred, we are so blinded by propaganda, we are so blinded by what? But you have a leader before your eyes. You have a leader before you that has been presented. this is the leader that needs all the support. He's not young. When Jesus did his ministry, he started at 30 and completed it at 33. A youthful mind is powerful when it is guided clearly with proper conscience, right upbringing. You know that this person will execute. This man has been tested. He's stood in difficult times, especially for the Patriotic Front in the courts. He's been running. He has stood with the family of Israel in difficult times. That's leadership. That is the test of leadership. That is the process of making a leader. And I feel he's defined and is capable of doing and carrying out the duties that we shall give unto him when he gets to power. I thank you, Madam President. Government, you want to come through? I think Madam President has just stepped out. Angel G.
Yeah, the government can come through. Is it there or not there?
I'm wondering if he's quite. Government, are you there? Okay. Yeah, so basically I think these are the things that we need to talk about and look at. Let us support. What has happened to Dar es Salaam is evil. It is harmful not only to Dar es Salaam but to everyone that benefited. Remember, that person employed a lot of people that depended on that. And nobody can tell me that there is no one that starts a business and not expect it to grow. They are busy talking about 27 cars. Have you ever taken time to find out how many properties the people in government today are owning? Why should it be a crime to own property in our country? That is wrong. And this is setting a very bad precedence. Because what is going to happen after this government leaves power, the same thing is going to happen to them. And that is not what we want as a nation. We want to progress. If you've acquired property, you had wisdom, you've multiplied what you were given. If you were given a 10 kwacha, you multiplied to become 1,000. Nobody should be able to query you. That is wisdom. That is investment. That's what it means. But what we are facing today is really a shame. Then I saw, finally, I saw something with ECZ saying, no, if you are to stand as a president on an alliance, it has to be registered by the Registrar of Societies. I think that is not right. ECZ should be seen to be neutral and not play politics. They've done this for the longest time, you know. They produced that later and quickly they refuted it and said, no, it is not coming from us. But we get vindicated by the pronouncements that they come to make that are always in line with the things that were published before, which is not right. Which is not right. This is it. Please do not play with our democracy. People pay the price for our democracy. You are supposed to be facilitators of our democracy. Not people that are seen to be tools that are silencing and destroying democracy. Remember, you are there today. You will not be there tomorrow. And history should never judge you harshly. You should be someone that stands up and said, yes, we delivered. We've had commissioners that have been in ECZ. I can't speak about commissioners without really, talking about Chulu. I can't talk about, about commissioners and the Chief Justice Irene Mambirima, forgetting the Chief Justice Irene Mambirima. These people delivered. They delivered, for the opposition. It shouldn't be very difficult. You are there. Do it for Zambia. Don't do it because politics are not permanent. These political offices change with time. You may try to buy time however you want to do it, but trust me, time itself does fix things. There are people that thought they would be there forever. I can point out at great leaders in the world that is he? He's gone. We know that his going was not right, but he's gone. You can never be a leader in perpetuity. One day it has to come to an end. Now, what will follow you? What will follow you is what matters. So please look at your conscience even as you make those decisions. Consider others. Government, are you available now?
Yes, I'm available. How are you, sir?
Go ahead.
How are you?
Well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. Madam, how are you? President? She has gone somewhere.
She stepped.
No, I'm here. Madam President seemed to have stepped whatever. Like what Joseph, you were saying, it's very true. You know, sometimes when you are working in these offices and you feel that things are not okay, the best to do is, you know what, I cannot work with this. On principle, I resign. You understand? Because if you can't do things that will protect all you are doing is to do things to protect the interest of something. If you see this is not the right thing, trust me, I would say I'm resigning. I cannot be part of the system that is it fair for everybody? Will the system, will the environment be fair for everybody? You want now to, when by UPND were in opposition, they were in an alliance. Was that alliance registered? No, they worked as UPND, party, MDC, who's Felix Mtati, they didn't register that. It worked for them. Now you see to say this thing will not work for this will disadvantage us. You want now to come and play the Mingalato and whatever. It's not good. Let the things be done in a fair way. It's like the same thing of the ECZ trying to come up to say Ngawa Vota Kuya and all that. Somebody said that has been always there. But the thing is, this is how people feel to protect the vote. But if it would disadvantage us and whatever, how did you do it? You know, some of these things that they are coming up with, which they know disadvantage them because they've been told already to say, Your Excellency, you will 30% in terms of acceptance and how far you go in terms of what winning the election. So now how do we do this? And Joseph, do you remember? A long time ago, when they just came, they said, we need to kill democracy. There was an audio that went viral by who, Levin Goma and one PS like this, where they said, Ulioma Nakashwaku, registrar of society, you know, she's a pity, you know, she's very free, you know, femme. You should be happy that you have a person working in an institution who is very firm because you know that she's protecting the integrity of government. But why? You can easily swallow. Who can be changing things like they have done in Ingalato on everyone? Even Madam President is a victim of that. It's okay. You want somebody who will just be changing, accepting things. And it was from that time they said, then you don't guys would Patrick Shindano, Naena Kudia, Freedom Funyako. Because that's how they started killing democracy. And what? Opposition didn't pay attention to that. But look where we are today. There's small things that they planted. Now they even came and did other things. So they are really playing Imingalado. And this is what we are saying, Zambians, let's not be hoodwinked into Imingalado. Let's do things on an open plate. Integrity. Professionalism. We want to Aqualis. Thank you. I just wanted to add to what you said by Joseph. But government, you can come in.
Anyway, about government, so Ishimyoto Kashakwa Uyumwana Wabalungu is another thought topic. For me, yes, go ahead. You are ready?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Madam, I want to appreciate your works you are doing. You are helping us a lot. Now, one point you're missing, and I'm going to missing from Zambians. The government elected to rule our country this time. And
okay, Muilala and Dama Wedzayo. that is like hate speech. Use a better word to use. Not if you're more
I'm sorry for that word.
Yeah.
I reverse it. Bantu abali bonse mingalato.
Yeah.
And the mingalato esho na besho kweba kobati. That ngata wabonfeshe mingalato zetu apita my elections. So now I'm on kobati. No matter what, if what wetu wabonfeshe mingalato kuli ababantu. Now, if of Zambians, when each of you Sophie, to alingiro na democracy, na Christianity, to send the thing to in a normal way. But in this scenario, the party will send the thing to in a normal way. To feel to change that attitude so that we can suit them. Now, ngatwa relations to become wash. Morning, imwachalanda pali dadi so, mwalanda pa fin to think sana. Ifile china abantu Zambians and Zambians tawakwete apa kupeme ena. The only way out ufunya a government mu power. Now
ni apa Zambians wale peme na on the truth. I have to remind Zambians because Zambia na balavage pingo. Mwamona Zambia na balavage pingo, and this is the message. Zambia, this is the way out. The truth, Bible, Chishinka.
Number one for president. It's Muland watch Pingo China Mwainia. Lesa ala bombea na mufia kupuba. Example ninga pelako, Yakovat, Elwa Tumine Bayama, Aine Ngushlo Kingira Musumba Udia. Shaide Fisama Muliba Chilende. Why the Mwalama prophets Mudia, Mwalama priests Mudia, Nishtawa Wumfitawaide Kadirakudi. So, Pali non stop to fikiri. If we have to suit them, Madama guys. Kumoneka ngefipo, but we know what we are doing. Let's not refer ya fifwe. Kupoka filifu wakwete kule. Pako tutulubule miosha vena Zambia. Avengi. Na fumako, na wele la foot. Kuli ya babantu mwachitanta mika wa mundu vile, ba makebi zulu, ba given luwinda, and so forth. Ina muku chimona kwandi. Na tukwe tolu sefi, pama Zambia nzifu bade chula. The only interest we have, yakwebati, if we tukwate kama tumba Yesu le, na ine bambo net nebo na ba president, ine bambo net nebo na umine campaign for that. No. Apali level to fikiri. Epakulolesha pakwa bambo ne no. Ku icho tulefoya kuchya ukulubula Zambians. Now morning, hope ya Zambians yaba pali ba PF. And PF bali nyonga bali poka. Secondly, opwe bakwete yakumona ba mundu bile na bemina ba makebi zulu na bemina bali very strong. Now ichiri popali abantu abiri aba ushie wala tuwabusha ni nani wala tukira ni nani ushe political party otwala abo ushe pakutubula Zambians ni nani. In for me ngachalinga ni nebo whoever obenga sala abantu inga ba popular ino ninga chita support pokwe bati tuwakwata ila victory apata palisha kwati inembe president inenchi chani umwana fie efyo mwela uleya ngamwamo no mwele fyo uleya you support wants to atungira victory chini. Now danger ilipo yako bati ba mundu bile na batampo kupanga ma structures countrywide. Mama Kebi Zulu and you are given Luvinda, Nabona Vashala, Nabantu Wajaba, no structure, and majority, whatever they send, Wamalisho for whatever they send, but we did the one side. By the time PF original, under given Luvinda, Bakesa study allies, Nishabantu once in a via. Number to catch Tashani, are we going? Kuina my elections after on 13th August. Pantoma divisions, Yamonica. Why can't we sit down? We support also Pantula PF to I can have a punch pamo, Erotualando what kanch, who are popular Paninani. Now to Walach Tashan. Okay, got support highway. Got to support highway. Fifro and sugar to pay Laco. Now shan, I mean by Kalanga Fifro for the fire, Balanchan Shadimo. Zani, to dump Pangama divisions. What we are doing, we are killing Zambians. The party police are going to for Pusushi Avanti Nangshan, to rape Zambians. Division, Apata, for Aika. Either Wapunda Makebizu, can you come this side? Iseni, Pamundubile, Isen to Mombele Pal. That's the way out. Now, if you keep on talking at no, that one is not a leader, no, this one, I've got some qualifications here, so that one, that's how, let's forget about everything. Let's forge one thing so that we can achieve. The only thing, Kufunyafia Power UPND, Mupawa, that's all. In a different day, of course, it's very painful one thing. Chile to Caripero on the one to leader in a Sango market. Nearly every day, some payment of Pamiant. Gama photos in Katampo, Copamule, Monana Chiburu Kumo, in Quata group, Yava Chiburu. Put Nava Copabarilla and so Nami Tumina. You see our fear and Tuadia. Now, why? Our top leaders, but why it's very painful. Now, more Tungila. It's a so what Imwe, Ikari Pamuno over Yama issues. In a Mukchimona Kwandi, if an Ingaranda at a moment.
Thank you. Welcome back, Pombo. Kumiaskaba government, I think in the Bible land that my people will perish because of lack of knowledge. So if you think to Kamu PF, the PF dynamics, they are very complicated. So the aspiring presidents in PF, before Makebi came, the intel news here but quality abantu babiri aba clean. Abantu news mufuyo kuishwe. Before Makemi joined the aspiring candidates, there were only 2 people who have no case. Mamona, ababonse bali kwatama case. So do your homework. Insharumbulia machine. Because in Gamawule into party face value mwalaluba. You have to understand why certain things have to be the way they are. Mwebena Zambia, do your investigation. Before Makebitala Isa, padi fi abantu babiri abali clean. The rest bali kwa temina ndu, shimbishaba mumakoti, shimbita shadi berama. Some of the cases are not in public domain. I'm not going to mention name, but do your homework and find out. That being said, I'll tell the story of rotten tomato again. I'm always telling this story, which my father told me that when he went to the market every time, the woman who's selling rotten tomato would be desperate, yelling, "Tomato yand is the best, tomato yand is the best." And my father told me, don't buy the tomato from the woman who's coming yelling to you, panicking to sell, because that tomato is rotten. Why she's panicking in Gasha to tomato yanga isunga one day tashtishe. Yala bolala posa. Go to the woman who's sitting there and has her tomatoes laid out, not panicking. This is where you buy your tomato from. Bena Zambia is the same story of rotten tomato. The one who's yelling, join me now because Ishtana Ipwa. Ask yourself, why is the desperation? Why is the desperation so much that wafuma munganda yaba wiswe ya PF mwayamkuma na akapina bambyuko mwamba nokola senda Tasila kuja kwinyo wa Milandu. Tasila alikuwa Milandu, she cited in a case. You just saw ni yesterday bapoka brother wako Ifipe. If they mean well for Tasila, why would they go and start repossessing Ifipe fiakwa brother wako? It is a trap. And there's nothing wrong with it. Me, I'm even proud that this Tasila's brother had invested in Zambia. Because offshore. And in Gabafwa, or should anything happen, they are going to be investigated. Wherever they put their money there. That's why they are so desperate. It's not a secret. Amafaika report here, Lisa, how many billions of dollars have left the country. Have we asked ourselves where that money is going to and whose account? There was an 82 million which was sent erroneously into a private account. Has that money even come back to Zambia? Mwemena Zambia isuke nichi parakasa. Whatever, if you're feeling your brother Wakatasira, I can't remember his name. At least I thank him, he invested in Zambia. If he was doing businesses, Zambians were benefiting. He was employing Zambian people. He had an opportunity to be empowered, but he invested locally. But these people are ready to take her. Where are their businesses? And as soon as government change, they are going to be investigated because their income does not match the wealth that they have. We are going to look at their pays. Those people who are being used, they will be asked to say, you have this money in this account. Can you declare where it came from? And if they don't declare, the properties will be forfeited. Wherever in the world, that's how it works. So, people should put a handbrake before they start running to the Mundubire camp and ask questions. We need to ask questions. Critical thinking in FYQ. Even if you are lengthy to be pona HH because at one pishama question. By Shefe by HH, support me to IH Tintangombe, support by HH. Had we sat down and did our homework, HH would not never have been president. Wakaunda wonders. Eukaleta division. What has happened? There is a Bemba clique, and now kuno the nakwena bamba Bemba. There is a Tonga clique. Now the Bembas are also starting a Bemba clique. Here's under to the fire. So tend to take a nye. Even if in the last minute we songana kwa ibata akakushtira nsapato akakushtira. Ewa kufiere tete akule kireshe. Ngana kwa ibata ninkwata ma problems. I can't buy you nsapato this month. Wait, you will not die with those shoes. Your father knows best. So our father here is the main PF. Bena PF ngamwabu tukira kurioko bapasuka ni mwe bakaleta ma problems. Because kurioko bere ngatabakwete support, they are nothing. They will fall flat on their face. The problem is you people bena PF ngamwambo kumwafuma nomba mchipani mwaya kulia ni mwe bakaleta problem. Era mukesa adira we. Mwe bakadira we ni mwe bena PF because mwabilima. Umuntu abilima na mwa mukonkamu. You don't know each one. The main PF is there telling you, hold your horses, we are working. You know that the main PF Lubinda can't work alone. He has a central committee backing him. Whatever they do, he has a backing of the central committee. Lubinda is limited by what he can do because they have the legal power as a president. From Miles now to Chavinga. And it's not Chavinga, it's the government that is controlling it. Because who is Chavinga? We didn't know Chavinga from yesterday. So how can Chavinga have all that power? He has a backers. So, if some of these people, we know what's going on with them. You cannot self-appoint yourself as a president. People have to choose you. Yes, you can have an ambition. Yes, you can be popular. Maybe you're just popular among your tribesmen. But Zambia, we have 73 tribes. And all these tribes have to agree to put you there. Don Oscar, the floor is yours.
What is happening? It's very painful. What is happening here in Zambia?
Difficult questions. Therefore, apopo tufikire omulando po wapita na ifopo tuwapita. Ingatu alambo kushoka abantu balaluba. Ba PF stay put. Ngamwambo kukonka abapondo kapanganda. Mwaba konka kulioko bapondo kwere. Bakaya milufia. It is the right thing to do. We are all Christians. As Christians, let's stand on the truth. Let's be truthful in our thoughts, in our behavior, in our actions. We can't be supporting Bamundubire. Supporting Bamundubire is wrong on every principle because he did Mingalato. You know, me, I was into Mundubire, but what he has done, I cannot support him. Because we are trying to build a country on truth. A country cannot be developed unless the foundation is truth. Even udia woman who baku right hand yaba Mundubire. Muntu wanyonge chipani. So how can you trust such a woman to say Mundubire because vice president? A person who came here in my house, That woman Exilda Munya Muno Mine Murumo Mondi, the most spare bedroom, Ala Muno. I didn't pick a random person, I picked somebody I know. Somebody who I thought was my sister. She came here, slept in my house, ate my food, drove in my car. And look at what she did to me. Are these the people you can trust to put in government, Mwebantu? I rest my case. Umuntu aisa munganda moyo wa mupokelera. Oh, ndeyambe echipani kangafwe kwawe, no problem, my sister would do it. Immediately echipani chapangika, chakudita kufunyapa. These are the people standing on the right hand of Mundubile. Are there not enough credible women who have political parties legally to stand by Mundubile? For her to go, for Bamundri to pick a scandalous woman to stand by him. The woman is scandalous. She betrayed me. So when Zambia, fear with you. If you want to do what you have to do, do what you have to do. But you know what? The way this Mundubile camp has taken off, it's wrong at every level. I need to be condemned. That's why we are not going to 2020 in August election using Imingalato. We say no. Me, I will be here condemning Imingalato until voting day. Gamlefa kufisa poteni batine never. But donoska gamlefa kutumalanda. Umuntu ayisa munganda mwe wa mupokera. From there on is the first one. Go ahead, Donoska.
Thank you so much, Apomulo. Thank you for giving me a possibility to speak. I don't know whether I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. People are following, those who are following, hello, good evening, good morning. It depends where you are following this platform. You see, I was, first of all, I went to listen to Kapwepwe, is it Kapwepwe on Emmanuel Mamba broadcast? There's a lady there, maybe it's Kapwepwe. I have to admit, very intelligent politician. She's a very wise politician, and I'm proud. In Zambia, we have people like her, just like in some of the times or several times I've mentioned that also you, Pomolo, I think if at all we love our country, we want to change some of the narratives in this country, we need also people like you, people who are so much realistic. You see, my friends, to be realistic, it means you condemn what is bad and you appreciate what is good, regardless of who is saying it. So you condemn. Colorism is bad, I condemn it. Imingalato is bad, I condemn it. Accountability is a good thing, I appreciate it and I support it. Respect to the rule of law is good, yes, I appreciate it and I support it. So regardless of who is behind that, you end up, you support what is good, you denounce what is evil. Now, Pomolo, before I can say my contribution, I'd like to ask a question. There was a gentleman who was speaking before. I don't know whether he has gone away. He's gone. There's a gentleman on your platform who was speaking before I came in. Maybe he has gone. I had only one question to him. He was talking about, I think this is also you commented yourself. The man was talking about the people who are leaving the structures of PF and maybe going into the Mundubile camp. My question now, I wanted to ask that gentleman. I don't know whether he's in the messages platform or is still on here. The question I wanted to ask you was this: which platform does this man belong? I don't know whether Pumuro you knew which camp was this gentleman?
He didn't say. He just says let Mundubile and Makebi unite.
Yeah, so it is very crucial for Pumuro to understand the person who is myself. I'm not political. I'm a Zambian people. I'm apart from the clergy, which means I'm not supposed to side because of the Catholic Church where I belong. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to distinguish myself, but I have to speak for justice. I have to speak for the freedom of expression. I have to speak for the freedom of expression and the respect of the rule of law. This country, Zambia, 61 years, it's 61 years after independence. 61 years, allow me Pumuro to go a little bit behind. In the history, when you're doing something, even in research, engineering research, scientific research, psychological, philosophical research, medicinal research, normally what happens globally, when you are doing a research, I've just forgotten his name.
Sondash.
Traditional.
Sondash.
Sondash, thank you, Apomol. That Dr. Sondash, so don't you apangile that research Sondash. If it had to go for 30 years, get these numbers correct, 30 years continuous, if Sondash would have continued and defended his research for 30 years consecutively, the whole world was going to recognize Sondash's method as valid. Why 30 years? Somebody's going to ask me, but why 30 years? 30 years is the time, Wapumulo was showing a Bible. I'm happy that Wapumulo, you showed also the Bible. 30 years in the Jewish tradition, it corresponds to the time that Jesus Christ was baptized. He was baptized at the 30th year. So in the tradition, Jewish and Christian tradition, when you reach 30 years, so in a panoso Vapumura in kind of platform, how old is your platform? For best.
Actually, it started, let me see, I think, like anybody, let me go to my page.
We want the truth. To refer Mingalat. I hate Mingalat myself. So I don't tolerate Mingalat. So in Jeredwa Pumuro, how old is your platform? It's very important.
2020, July 1st, 2020.
2020. So, well, not very old. It's a young baby. 2020, this is 2026.
Yeah, I started heading up to the election, so 2020, July.
No, but it cannot be 2020.
Yeah.
You're telling lies.
No, yeah, I can,
It's before before, excuse me, 2021, you were on your platform, I was on TV Wakwet.
Kabili twice ku 2020, then the next year to my elections. But the page I started in 2020.
All right, you correct.
Yeah, yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Okay, you are correct. 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2020. So it's a young baby, growing very healthy. I think so.
Turekotela pamona page. Yeah, ma.
So now, 30 years, we go back to this history. 30 years means now the research or the practice or the experiment, even in science, you are doing experiment. If you do it for 30 years consecutively, the international powers of Apumulo, they are going to accept it. And they would say, well, no, 30 years has gone. What this man has been doing, he needs to be recognized. So the international organizations are obliged to recognize your theory or your research if you have been doing it for the past 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the guy who started the electric vehicle, he was given a license because he went back when he started and it was more than 30 years. And this guy is a young man no, not young man. He wasn't a young man. He was a little bit older. And he came from this area here in Italy where they recognized him worldwide. They have recognized that he has begun the theory of electric vehicles. So number two, I saw where it happened. You see, Imingalato, I was talking about these things. Imingalato is so evil if you apply it to politics. Iliwa Pumulo, you can even first in my books. I got our books have some. Let me show you. Okay. Yes.
Dr. Mpombo, ni mwa baba doctor. If my book of you save you.
Even these ones are enough. Now, I don't know whether you can see it. That's Greek language. Huh? That's a Greek language, guys. Greek and Latin. It's written Greek and Latin here. 3. Greek on top, Latin, Italian on the bottom. So now, sometimes when I am contributing on the platforms, on the Zambia platforms, on Wapumulo's platform, on many other people's platforms, when I come, I don't want to detach my contribution from what is the history. Okay, this is the history, colleagues. This is a textbook written in Latin, in Greek, and in Italian. Okay, so now, this book, when it talks about politics, the word it uses in Greek is politike. Politike with the K-E, with an apostrophe at the end. Politike. At the end, K-E apostrophe. And in Latin, it's politica. Politica in Latin. Politike in Greek. And politics in English. Now, what is this animal, politics? It's noble. You cannot play Imingalato on politics. Why do I say it is wrong to play Imingalato on politics? Because the Greeks themselves, they are the ones who invented the concept politics, which was called politike. Now, how do you take it? If you are Zambia, to a concept, we have never made politics. We have never made democracy. we have just adapted to democracy, which comes to us, and our forefathers, they thought that it was a good thing for Zambia. We have adapted to politics because our forefathers, they thought that politics was good for our country, Zambia, which is a democratic nation. Now, we cannot invent Mapumuro in an Ankara. We cannot change the meaning of the word politics. Politics, it means dialogue, discussion on the matters surrounding the city. Discussion with people discussing together on the matters surrounding the city. Now, can you dribble the city or the matters? Why should we dribble the matters which are discussed in the city?
And I said that this is playing with people's lives. You know, dribbling is in a football game. Nomba mwaleta ifya mangalo mumyeosha abantu. And this is where I said, when as Zambia, we are a Christian nation. We cannot afford for you to be cheering people who are playing with your lives. It is simple as all that. Imingalato is they are gambling with your lives. And as they are gambling, some people are dying. Abantu barefu as we speak. Because of their lies.
So it's supposed to be Imingalato, myself, we have come out so straightforward. I condemn whoever uses the word Imingalato. I condemn it because we Zambian, we want to make a step ahead in the way we dispense our political issues, our politics. Our leaders, we pray for them because when you have a wise leader like Solomon, the King Solomon, then the kingdom is served. King Solomon was a wise leader and he ruled in Israel safely and with great wisdom. When you have a dangerous leader, he is going to destroy the country and many people might perish because of the dangerous leader. So, myself, this is on the 10th of February. I denounce Imingalato. I hate it. And how I hope Imama Pumulo, who are a politician, when one day comes, you're going to rule in the country of Zambia as a political giant, as a woman, a political giant of a woman. You must never allow certain concept like Imingalato in a political dispensation in a country. It's a very evil word. I denounce it. Nintampapa in a Mingalato, I denounce it. How I hope it can be banned in the political language in Zambia, because in Mingalato it means you dribble the people you are talking to. Awe Vedanta takesem Zambia, Vedanta takesem Zambia, Vedanta comes in Zambia. That's called the Mingalato. Awe Vajirabo, we are going to give you the licenses for mining. You are going to be called small scale miners. Vajirabo, you are called criminals today. This is what is the thing that is evil, to use Imingalato. Imingalato, I denounce it. It's evil. Chifunyanipo, so that if you can capture member of parliament, a minister, using Imingalato, if I was a president, I would fire you instantly. And me as a president, if I use Imingalato in the Zambian people, I have to resign on moral grounds. Yes, in other words, the gentleman says, well, days validity. Manipulation. Yes. Yes, it's manipulation. In football, in England, we are using it in football. It's a football language. Yeah, but the striker, Aston Union, defender, na somewhere but nala right, nala okay. Yabanga ndemi role shining around finishing left. Okay, nala left. left. Corona right in. Muri football for Turanda to Kunyunya. Ukuchitemi ngalato. Ukuchita dribble. No, but muri politics, you can't use this thing. In politics, Imwe, you give us your promises. Okay, by opposition. Finish fire. What is the opposition going to do to the Zambian people? If you're under UPND. Okay, tell us what you're going to do for so number. If we are not going to use Imingalato, I hate them. If we allow me one, we will end tribalism. Two, we will advocate so that cattleism is banned. No, outside elections, banning cattleism outside elections. Ama elections in Gaisa, you need them cadres. You need those people. They do the job, you pay them. No, but during the tenure of office, outside elections, I would ban cattleism. No wearing of Fmaregalias. Fmaregalias, I hate them outside my elections because if you are in Ganokweba to Muntwale town, Mwena Fiachina for a green, Mwamona Fiachina for a yellow, we uni KPF, we for a green in the PF, we for a red in the UPND. You can't govern a country like that. Imwe. 61 years after independence. Talking about democracy was here. Alana tukota. Imumwe ya pamoja na tukota 61 years vapumuro. Awe nishtua wafu utauli mwaichi. Takuli kulanda chikaichaka. 61 years in democracy demokorochi. Demokorochi fekuti mwanjitaba takaka ashikuru bantu. Ati yo kashikuru mulishani ati yo kwetefye miaka 61. Kashikuru aka akwete miaka 6 mamwe. Tukula. Tulia kulaka aota tulia twalikula. So 61 years ukukula twalikula. If you man. At this point in time, let's say no to evil practices in our country. If we love Zambia, if we love our politics, it's unfair. It's unfair when say mumwali hapa na ngwa cabinet chama ministers kulia. Ukusha Zambia, they go to UK to go and make photographs at Buckingham Palace or with an MP in the UK. I met an MP in the UK. You go to the United States and make a photograph of Donald Trump. Oh, I met with the president of the Yemen. What is so special about Donald Trump is because he respects the rule of law, the Constitution of the American Republic, the freedoms of the Americans, which include freedom of expression, speech, worship, and protest. Freedoms. If you're from Zambia, if you're to Kenya, twale wana tuwaka indi wala chinja, waka indi tapale fuwa chinjishe. Na wale takino mbafi yomu fimbira, wantu fiye turetina. Once hapa so hapa tujapa. Kula chenche tafia tiwalanje wati cybercrime. Ati walanje wati hate speech. If I'm very much attentive. I have nothing to do with the hate. I don't hate no one. I speak my mind and I denounce what is evil and I appreciate what is good. So, Apumul, keep it up. Your creature, your baby is very young, but you need some more years so that we can come here and say, Apumul, now you qualify. You now qualify to be recognized worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyway, we've been here been long, so I think we are signing off. By Angel G, by audience, Ngana Mkwata Mashiwi. I see Mama Yuri in the audience. Good to see you. But Mwena Zambia to the panchito. Elo nchiteo tukwete. Kukane mingalato. If anything, we are not tufile tuashikane mingalato shena. Ni atishani. Holy Ghost fire. We should bring Mama Elia here one day. Ake se pepera kwe mingalato to rebuke imingalato. This is what we need. We just need to say no to mingalato, because mingalato ngamwafi suminisha. It means our brains are manipulated to accept any kind of cheating. You know? That is a bad word. You know? There are certain words I told my kids, don't say it, it's a bad word. So, if one of them says that word, they'll come, Mami Alande. I'm like, okay, don't use that word. Next time, you are going to be punished. You are a bad girl if you use that word. So, this is what we have to tell Bena Zambia. Let's not accept mediocrity. Let's not accept devilish language in our midst. We are a Christian nation. Darkness and light don't mix. That's why I think tunati pena. Because akanwa kamokene tulerumba yeri mingalato na bachite mingalato pasande muri mu church. Ama politicians not ma suit not ma jacket vale paper. As they are praying muri mu church, in their mind they're just thinking of how they are going to dribble their politicians. No. We don't want you to dribble politicians or Zambians. We want you to deliver your promises. Period. It's as simple as that. But politician like nukuya muma church munyomo mulevira mina, but munyamu church tamule pepa no ku pepa. Munechita quote if my scripture every time on your Facebook war about Jesus chatty. Ubu shikuni 12 missed calls. You are thinking how to dribble Zambians. We say no to that. We say no. We want politicians who are men and women of integrity who will stand on the truth, because the truth shall set us free. Enough is enough. Today, kuma election abantu bale pinga no kupinga chie. Anso mukamone mingala to kuma elections oko today. Guess what? That election, they are just telling you they are going to rig that election. We might as well just not go to vote. If we are going to let these people come on media and tell us to say you are going to see the mingalato, we shall do. It means we are going to steal this election. Hello, you say nothing. They are turning Zambian politics into a football game. But a game is just for entertainment. Zambian politics is not for entertainment. Zambian politics is a way in which you leaders have been chosen to improve the lives of people. And if you think you went to government to start playing games, you don't belong there. You don't deserve the vote. You don't deserve to sit in any office of power in the Zambian government. You are a shame. And shame on you. Not to jacket to anyway kurebe mingalato. Zambia ni pamush pariba no pariba. We supposed to mule shamelessly standing and saying we are going to do mingalato. Ni pamush pariba no kona ba wiso. Abena Zambia barefwa. The women they are delivering mumpanga. Fiabu pubasana. And if we de fiapu amwebena Zambia, we say no to mingalato. Ero mune batante no kubatante no tuma jacket to bale isa mkula miwe pai kanyoza no tuma jacket no tuma suit. Mune batotera no kubatotera. Please. As long as I'm here, no more mingalato. If you want to rule the people of Zambia, you must be a man or woman worth your salt. We are not going to sit there and watch crooks sit in high offices and being clapped at. Exilda Mwenya. She does not deserve to sit there next to Bamundubide. Let Bamundubide pick somebody else. The history of Exilda Mwenya does not entitle her to sit there next to Bamundubide. Muleto takajinga ni chair and she will congratulate. What kind of people are we? We are going to congratulate Mingalato? Somebody who did Mingalato to get where they are. When they go in government, Me, my job from now on is to educate Bena Zambia. Bena Zambia say no to Mingalato. Ingafia bufunfuntu buhukana fiati no. If you nani no. In your dreams, but Zambian will not put a vote on people who are playing Mingalato on their people. No. And I end there. Unless Mama and Georgie want to say something, or anybody wants to come up and say something, our job number patwaingira is to condemn Mingalato. Eo na Tasila na chiwa mefine ai mwena. We told Tasila. Tasila has not responded on her wall about her appointment kutonse. Leona Trikala brother wakoba mupoke efipe. So let's say Tasila kita accept appointment ya kweidia. Ewa mpela kutonse. What will happen to Tasila? And they throw her in jail. Eh?
Don't trust the UPND government. Mingalato government, don't trust them. Mingalato government, don't trust
You
them.
can't trust a self-proclaimed Mingalato players over Wingachetekera.
I trusted them when they were doing campaign. Because in campaign, they were not using Mingalato. They were saying they will give things, they will change everything.
It was Mingalato, we just didn't know.
But now, it was,
Even in campaign, they used Mingalato for us to support them.
Yes. Yes. So, Mingalato government, you don't have sympathy from me. Of course, now you have no sympathy. I'm not going to lose anything, but you have no sympathy from me. Mingalato government, no sympathy at all. Whether you stay in government for 90 years, 170 years, as long as I live, you will have no sympathy from me.
And you know,
These actions is evil.
yes, and if we have an independent judiciary, some of these people can even be summoned to explain and some form of disciplinary action taken. Ngatwalikwata judiciary yaba independent. If we had an independent judiciary, he would have been summoned for disciplinary action. Even the president saying Narimi dribble a B7, that is a crime. He cannot stand on the podium boasting at Nalimi dribble a B7, meaning he cheated to get the votes. In Kasama also, people are saying, Takwaba UPND Kasama Mweba, Takwaba. So people are saying, how did UPND win that election when there are no UPND card-carrying members in Kasama?
They won because of Honorable Brian Mundugi. That's how they won.
They told Lubinda, don't come to Kasama. So how can you trust your UPND bawine Kasama ukwebati in August they are going to take over power?
Brian was supposed to come on the platform and say to the people in Kasama to say, I'm sorry, we have not delivered. He have not even said sorry.
No, could you
This is so painful.
You know, there is a woman who's saying that Brian Mundubile told people, don't come out of your houses, but in foot. So abantu bali kala mumayan delo bachiti kulyama election baiva. It's like inenga na eba bana bandu kwe bati kale ni munganda kuli abantu abamfuti panse na besa tabafume. So badishtisha election.
But if you say that these people, if they didn't do it that time, this time they have to learn. When a politician comes to you and tells you something very funny, learn to record the politicians. Next time, record them.
No, I don't think they voted for them. Tababa voted. Ama election yaba ibile sejakwa ishile buke fiongo.
But they have to record them. When you say, because Mundubile said this, if there is no recording, it's very difficult to confirm that because it still remains an hypothesis. So to avoid that it remains an hypothesis because there's no proof, they only
But it was on social media, my father. It was on social media. Even remember Bakambwiri was actually the day leading to the election. Bakambwiri came online, no never to pepeka back by UPNT. Mamona. They started the violence before the election day. So they were staging, preparing the people because even Kambwiri was attacked. You saw how Kambwiri explained.
Yeah, but you see the difference. Kambwiri recorded the attack. Kambwiri still, they recorded the attack on them. But can we ask Brian Mundubile still, what record did they make in Kasam? Okay. Yeah, Mr. Challenge. That's a challenge.
No, but I know where you're coming from. That is a second. It's like an onion, mamona badonoska. Onion na ikwatama layers. So they set up the stage to make people be scared by attacking Bakambwiri. So when the actual day came, people were like, people stayed away. And then there was that second level or third level where people are saying Mundubile told the people to stay indoors because by UPND input. So people were not allowed to go and protect the votes.
Yeah, but then you know that even our Honorable Mundubile is going to refuse that. He told the people, don't go out. They will refuse. About politics in Zambia, they are saying that politics is not change, which means in politics it is allowed to say to tell the lies.
No.
Because in church, when you go there and you tell the lies, the congregation, they are going to say, "Excuse me, madam. Excuse me, sir. Here, you made a false statement. Can you say sorry to the congregation?" Then somebody goes there and say, "I'm here in front of this congregation, please. What I did last time, I think it was wrong. I ask for your sorry, for your forgiveness, please. Bear with me." That is the change. But this, it seems that in Zambia now, I don't know whether it's only UPND, but also if PF was just like that. All these people have been saying, politics is not a change. Why do they say politics is not? Because it says, okay, politics, you have to be smart. In politics, you have to use Mingalato. This is what me I hate. I disagree with turning politics into Mingala. I disagree. And this is going to be my fight. The fight for the young politicians who are coming in to say, no. If you are Mingalato, and then more politicians, then Mukesa Imane Tundeke to one propeller shaft. Ukalaya kuike, Vasa Kulombe drama. Utundeke to a quantific propeller shaft, Mukakwa America, Vasa Kulombe Pia. Mukakwa Vasa Kulomba Kotundram. Why Cafe Momu? So if you want to run an if change to the council. If you mean Galato, let's cancel it so that in Pietro Quantum Zambia we have minerals. We have minerals. We don't need to use technology so that we can get money. We just need to use our minerals to sell it with a quality price, and we will get benefit. We will benefit from that selling. That's the only thing that we can do it about. So in a Mingalatofi, I will just deny it.
Denounce emission, yes, we have to denounce it. We have to denounce Mingalato because omobale onawira abantu kulashinda ola abantu amabremu nangu bale chitefi abupuba at your Mingalato. We can't be doing Mingalato when people are dying. Eh? You cannot run a country like a game. Eh? You are not fit to be a politician because a politician is service.
Correct.
Nga mwankelete mu business mune chitama business yenu. Not if mwaleta nomba mwalete Mingalato from business field mwaleta mubuteko. Abantu balefwa. You are destroying lives. The country is destroyed. The country is being destroyed because of Mingalato. Now, even our PF Navena, Nava join a Mingalato, Apangaka faction cabo through Mingalato. And they are taking many people who are going to Mingalato. What is that? Ili bebed.
Ili bebed.
Ili bebed ya beba mu Zambia basa.
Basankwa ya bebed. Ili bebed.
Ah, na bachifukisha mu Zambia. Ah. You know what?
They wanted to prove that they can win Kasama without Luinda.
No, but that is Mingalato they did. Bali, that election was sold. Because abantu baleka natakwa ba UPND. I was even on another live, abantu bachidala that kuchinsali takwa baba UPND takwa. But mukapapa ba UPND ba wina kuchinsali. So who is enabling them? Ba UPND nga ba wina muchinsali. Umushaba ba UPND. Ba UPND nga kuchiba wina mumu in a PF stronghold. They were all the voters, they were all PF. Even the numbers, they were all by shape. All the ministers were camped there. Fish by them kuchitabu ministers. It should be banned. They should even start banning people to go and camp there. Fish if you've alleged. All those people who went to camp Kudiakukasama, what were they doing? They stole that election. And this is how they are going to steal this general election. Mwebena Zambia ngana mwikarafi. Mule lumbati Mingalato. From now on, everyone must condemn Mingalato. Bafide baishiba. Ati Mingalato shena. Shipere kukasama. The last Mingalato these people are going to do is in Kasama. In Chawama, they failed. But we have to put these people on notice. The last Mingalato match today ni Kasama. Because Zambians, we are not going to allow. If by UPND is popular, people will vote you back. Abantunga wale mifuaya by UPND, muchinka fecha kwalesa, you will bounce back. Ero abantunga wale fire mudiokera olonga nine wenanka wapa ballot na ineba kamvotera. It's the people's choice. Techi mutu patikisha tu votere, imo mushte manipulate mariza out pa kuchumuwelerepo. Mulemwela po mkuchitesh. Mkuisa chusha wena Zambia. Ni nonsense yo. Ero nga mwapa tikisha umbi mkamona resefi akamuchita. Because this is abantu abengina abafuasa na muli 5 years. A lot of people have died. They have been killed, including Walungu Barikwisa. Where is Nawakwi? Where is Tutwa Ngurube? How many people have died in this democratic society? Under mysterious circumstances. Abale suicide. Or bale paya kuri government machinery ni bambi opening fire. So, the souls of all those people who have died are crying. Their souls, their spirit are still wandering. Emi pashita shilala, mi pashishawantu. Nga tabafuile buno tabalala. That's why they say, may their soul rest in peace. Their soul will not rest in peace if people die, are killed. If people are taken before their time, when their soul is not ready, their spirit don't rest. So this election, many people will be fighting for this election, including those who are go dead. For for what is the word that I can use? They'll be fighting for the justice from the grave, including Walungu. And many other people, unknown people who have died because of injustice of this government. I am just saying the truth here. Many people will fight for justice from the grave in this 2020, in this August election. Muyishibire. So not know that even spirits are involved. But abantu abakwatemi pashishire shishalala obo mwaipeno olufyingo na bena balerwa. Their spirits are fighting for justice, which you denied them in life. But Angel G, are you there? I think Badonos Kanabaya. We are here tomorrow, guys.
Not tomorrow, my